people that love these video games are never going to be satisfied.
At all.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
100%.
One thing that Fallout fans hate the most is Fallout.
Oh, yeah, I was
You know
going to
what
say, literally.
You know?
No, and it's so crazy, too, because I've already seen complaints right now, and I'm wondering what you think about this. A lot of fans were already saying that they think based off of Season 2, they're looking at a lot of the stuff they're doing as just nostalgia bait. Fallout is really not what any of us expected at all.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I think a lot of us had lower expectations for this series than what it turned out to be.
Yeah, for sure.
It was one of the lower ones on my radar.
Yeah, I mean, when the first season came out, I didn't really think too much of it.
Me neither.
And, even when they were doing the whole, like, it's not based off any of the video games. It's kind of just set in
fresh
the world
idea,
of Fallout. And
yeah.
at first, I was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
But after, we're damn near halfway into season 2, I think, at this point.
Mm-hmm. It works.
It works
And
way better than them straight up trying to adapt a story of
one of
video
one.
Game. Yes.
You know why I think it works for specifically a story like Fallout is because it's almost like this is your created character.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And one thing I also like about Fallout is it's almost as if you're 3 different characters playing and you're going through 3 different types of
gameplay. Yeah.
Of playthroughs, exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Where it's like Lucy's is one version of a game of a playthrough, and then the Ghoul's version is one playthrough, which is probably the funnest one.
Yeah.
And then Maximus's playthrough.
It's like the most like kind of moderate one, I guess.
Yeah.
Where like Lucy is trying to play as she's trying to get everyone to like her.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And
then what's the name's playing? He's playing Shelter.
Yeah.
Norm.
Yeah.
Norm's playing straight
Fallout
Shelter.
Yeah, he's playing the mobile game Fallout
he's playing
Shelter
the mobile
for sure.
game.
Yeah. Or Thaddeus.
Thaddeus
Yeah.
is.
Thaddeus is playing Fallout Shelter. Lucy is trying to get everyone to like her.
Yeah.
The Ghoul is just doesn't care. He's going through.
He's straight playing.
He's just straight up killing everybody.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And then Maximus is kind of doing the in between where he's trying to be a good person, but because of how messed up things are out in the in the Fallout universe, it kind of makes him do bad things at times.
Yeah. The world is leading him that way.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
And I like the way that they're doing that, to be honest with you. And because they could have easily just said, "Oh, we're just gonna do Fallout 4 and turn Fallout 4 story into a TV show, or we're gonna turn Fallout New Vegas show video game into a TV show." And they could have done something like that, but I think
it's still very much its own story.
Yes.
But they're taking elements from Fallout New Vegas.
Yes. Yeah.
And still from the other games.
Yeah, because they reference a lot of things from Fallout New Vegas, like the Kings and the California Republic and stuff like that. And I thought that was really cool that they added those in the show. And I think them making their own story almost kind of saves them from a whole wave of criticism.
Yes.
Because if they would have tried to adapt any of the games, people would have been
automatically
picking
hated
at
it. You're
like
never
crazy.
going to be satisfied. Yeah, people that love these video games are never going to be satisfied.
At all.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
100%.
One thing that Fallout fans hate the most is Fallout.
Oh, yeah, I was
know
going to
what I
say,
mean?
literally.
You know?
No, and it's so crazy, too, because I've already seen complaints right now, and I'm wondering what you think about this. A lot of fans were already saying that they think based off of Season 2, they're looking at a lot of the stuff they're doing as just nostalgia bait. Not nostalgia bait, more so. But you get what I mean. It could be called nostalgia bait.
Yes, it's definitely nostalgia bait. I get what you're saying. Yes and no. I kind of see what people are saying when they do that.
Yeah.
Because they are kind of just showing things
like, hey, look at this thing from the game.
Here's a T-Rex, and here's the Kings, but now they're ghouls. And some people were mad about that too. But honestly, I really didn't care about that.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
I thought it was cool. Yeah. But I understand why they are saying it's nostalgia bait. I do get it, but I think they do it in a good way. Like I think the way they're doing it, it makes sense as if because it's literally they're walking through Vegas, New Vegas.
Yeah.
They're gonna see the stuff that we've seen in the games if we're walking through New Vegas.
100%.
So it makes sense that they're seeing the things that we've seen in the games and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if they were just throwing random stuff from the games that didn't make sense in the show, then I would see why, okay, like, y'all just trying to do that just to get some nostalgia bait in there. But I think the way they do it is actually pretty good.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I personally don't have too many, things I don't like about it. I'll just say the only thing I could personally say is that I want this show to just have more money. That's it. Like, I want them to just keep getting more budget because clearly you could tell they have more budget in this season than season 1. Based off of like the freaking scorpions or
the Deathclaw.
Deathclaw. But we'll get into that after. Yeah, man. I don't know. All I'm saying is I just want to say I think what they're doing with everything in the show is really good. I just want to see more budget.
Yes,
That's
the
it.
show deserves a lot more. Not that the show like
It
with
does,
what
I
they
just think
have,
it deserves Stranger Things budget.
Yeah, for
Shit.
sure, for sure.
It's a
Well, what
really
they
good
did with the
series.
show with whatever money they have right now, they did so good. Like
Yes.
the world looks like straight out of the video game.
It
for us.
does,
Like
yeah. Some of the
New
shots
Vegas
are-
looks
yeah.
literally straight out of the video game. When they go to the when the ghoul goes to talk to the California New Republic, it's like that's literally the same place from the game.
Yeah,
for
it's
us, you know what I
crazy.
mean? Like
It is.
it's so it seems like it's really ripped out of the game and just thrown onto like live action. For
Yeah,
the TV.
and a
So
lot of elements. Yeah.
yeah, so I think so far they've done pretty well with that. Even like the power armor, dude. Like it looks
Yeah,
like
it looks dope.
straight out of the fucking game.
No, I like it. I like
what
it. I
Like
definitely
it
do.
looks really, really cool. But some things I'm kind of like, and I don't know, like I'm not. Maybe I got to refreshen up on my Fallout lore or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, when they showed the flashback of the ghoul's character in the war,
Yeah,
which
in
I
the
thought was
snow.
really cool because
Yeah, that was a dope scene. Yeah, the
from
demon
what
in the snow.
yeah, from what I know, I don't know if they ever showed that in the game. They kind of just talked about the war.
The war.
between,
Yeah, they
China
never.
and America.
I was gonna say they never. I've never seen real footage in the games of the war. They never showed
Yeah,
it.
they might have showed like little clips of it. I don't know if they
Yeah.
actually ever showed it like that. And then
Nah.
in that scene is the first thing that we get to see the
I was gonna
Deathclaw.
say, yeah, that was interesting.
And I mean, the way they made the Deathclaw look was fucking dope.
Yeah, that
like
was
the
dope.
Deathclaw looks actually sick, and I think for the most part,
I heard it's
for the-
practical.
for some of the closest. Yeah, it's practical. Yeah,
effects,
which
yeah.
is really cool.
That's dope.
I love that so much. But maybe I might be tripping on the Fallout lore. But weren't the Deathclaws?
I know, people are saying
created
that after the
all
war.
that happened.
Nah, I think that it does still make sense because I think that they said they created them for the war.
Ah,
So
okay.
I think that it does make sense.
Okay.
Somebody can correct me or him if we're wrong, but from my knowledge of what I remember, that they created them for the war.
Okay, yeah.
And that was a project that they were already planning on doing before the nukes and everything went off.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So the Deathclaws was one of the original
Experiments.
creations before all of the other crazy creatures. They became that way themselves. A lot of the other creatures.
Yeah, like
you know
rat
what I mean?
scorpions and
Yeah,
rat roaches and
yeah,
stuff like that.
that
yeah.
was all due to radiation, but those things were a whole different thing.
Yeah,
It's just like
thinking
how
like
there's
the
like some of
super
those,
mutants and-
yeah, like the FEV and all that type of stuff.
and
you know?
the centaurs and stuff.
Yeah.
Which speaking of centaurs,
Oh, people believe that's a good one. Yeah, you can go ahead. You can go ahead and say it. Go ahead.
I think Thaddeus
Is a centaur.
is going to become a centaur. and
That's
not a
really
ghoul.
interesting. That's really interesting. I've seen people say that as well.
Yeah, because he has that in the trailer. I don't know if they showed it in the show yet.
He's that little mouth.
Yeah, he has that little mouth thing that kind of like
it's like on his neck.
Centaur kind of has the weird mouth thing on its.
It's because the way the
torso.
centaurs' bodies are, it's like they're it's like all over the place. It's like they'll have a mouth like on their
it's always
stomach
random.
and so
It's always random, but like the way he became a ghoul, I guess you could say, isn't how you would normally
traditional
become a
ghouls.
ghoul.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
because you usually become a ghoul by loads of radiation exposed to
he
you. But
drank this random mysterious
Yeah,
stuff
this-
from that guy.
yeah, yeah.
And they said even the way he heals and stuff is not like a ghoul. They said it's too fast.
Yes.
very
so I think,
interesting.
which would be very sad to see because I love Thaddeus as a
Yeah,
character. I
yeah,
think he's
yeah.
really funny. He's cool.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sad to see him turn into this monster.
Yeah,
You know what
I
mean?
seen also that they said it was he could be turning into a super mutant.
That'd be cool too.
That's
That'd
what
be cool
another
too.
one
can
I
see them
seen
doing
as
that.
well. Is
I
that
can see them
people,
doing
I
that.
think you know what I'm calling.
Super
I think
mutants.
super mutant.
I think
it's
super
gonna be a
mutants,
super
yeah.
mutant because I can tell like the fact of the way his leg healed and stuff. I was like, okay, this seems very interesting.
Yeah.
And the way he's normal, there are a couple super mutants in the Fallout lore
could
that
talk
are very
and,
like
yeah.
They talk really well and like very
Yeah,
you
they're
know
pretty much
so-
human, damn near.
Yeah.
But they're just kind of mutants.
So I think Thaddeus is gonna end up being that. I haven't seen too many of the centaurs that are normal and their brains.
no,
are good.
they're
So
mostly
they're all just like
crazy. Yeah, they're mostly just crazy
you
characters.
know, yeah. So I think he might end up becoming a super mutant.
Yeah, I think that's the safe bet. But it would be interesting to see them turn him into a
A
centaur.
centaur, that
which
would be
kinda-
interesting. I would be,
crazy.
I would be curious. It would be sad as fuck
Yeah, it would be very sad.
because it's like he's not really in there anymore. Really,
Yeah,
you know,
he's
it's like
just
he's
a
in there,
monster.
but he's like he can't talk
Yeah,
or whatever because
yeah.
like their tongues are all out and you know,
yeah.
those things are disgusting.
Yeah.
Those are like the nastiest things in Fallout.
But overall, I think
Yeah.
the show is doing really well at adapting the Fallout universe into live action. And I think more video games that get adapted into TV shows or movies should do something like this, where it's like
it's
you're not
within the world.
It's within the world of the game that you're trying to adapt, instead of trying to adapt that story one to one.
I
Obviously,
think
with
sometimes it's hard.
Well, sometimes like
yeah,
if it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
God of War, Last of Us.
Yeah, you better freaking.
Maybe with
do
Last
it.
of Us you can get away with that, but like God of
Yeah,
War
yeah,
has got to
yeah.
be Kratos,
Yeah,
right?
it has to be.
Like if you're doing a Super Mario movie, it's got to be about Mario.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like even with The Last of Us, universe,
you could
get away with that.
No, you definitely could. There's certain worlds that you could get away with it, like The Last of Us. You could definitely do it. You know,
I think Fallout can get away with it
Fallout
more than
can
others.
super get away with it
because all the games are
they're about
different people. All the time.
Yeah, that's why any of the people that were mad about like it following Lucy or whatever, it's like, come on, bro. Like, are you kidding me? Like some of the games, the original games, I think the main character is a girl in some of the games. You could choose. You usually could choose, but you know what I mean, though. So it's like, come on, bro.
That's not a big deal.
At the end of the day, it's not a big deal if it's like.
I think the only one that is like it's for sure a guy is the first two.
Yeah, I was gonna say where you're in your little suit and everything. You know what I mean? Your
and it's the top down. It's the top down shit. Yeah. So I think the only games, I might be wrong about this. I think the only games that like for sure the main character's gender is a guy is the first two Fallout games.
I think one of the other ones as well where you're which one are you, the chosen one? Was that
that's the first one?
First one? Okay, yeah, you're right then. The
first and the second one you play his son.
His son. Yeah.
So I think those ones are the only ones where it's like you're for sure a guy. But after that, I think they kind of like, you know, I mean, everything is whatever. Especially like the fourth one, you could be a guy or a girl. You know what I mean? So I think it kind of doesn't really matter. I might be wrong about that. I don't know.
But I don't know. I mean, I just think what they're doing in the series, as you know, as a whole right now, is good for adaptations in the future. I think you know, them being brave enough to take certain risks and, you know, adding different parts to the lore that maybe even the creator didn't add yet that they might have put in other elements of something, you know what I mean? I think that's cool too, because I heard Fallout has done a lot of things that they're like, oh yeah, the creator actually did want to do this, but they, you know, he didn't add this to his game for whatever reason, or
like even the Vault Boy lore.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like we
never knew what the Vault Boy was. It was just it was just a character, but it's like, who is the character based off of?
Yeah.
And then now we know it's Cooper Howard, which is interesting that they put a face
I thought that was really cool.
You know,
that was really dope.
behind the Vault Boy. And that's the type of shit I'm talking about. Like adding that extra layer that I feel is a little bold in television of you're adapting something that already exists, and then, you know, that's super bold.
Yeah, or even
it's the logo for the whole thing.
For the whole franchise.
Game. And then
it's like,
so you added this new lore to it where it's like Cooper Howard
is the Vault Boy. Yeah, and it even like
the main character of the show, pretty much
having it heavily implied that Vault-Tec is the one who dropped all the bombs to get all the people into the vaults. You know, so they could start doing all their experiments and everything.
Very
you know, like stuff like that might have been hinted in the games before, that
they made it more definitive.
Yes, and I think that's really dope that they're doing that. And I think like they could get away with it because it's not based off of Fallout 4 or based off Fallout New Vegas. It's like it's its own story set in the canon of Fallout, which I think more shows need to do stuff like that. Yeah.
I was also going to ask you this, just to kind of go to something else. I'm curious, what are some of your favorite scenes from this season?
One of my favorite scenes, and I just love it just because of the music, where Thaddeus is making the kids pop all the bottle caps.
Yeah, the workshop and shit. You're so stupid.
The Chain Gang song playing, that was really good. I like that one. And I also like the scene when it shows Cooper Howard's flashback when he first sees the Deathclaw.
I really like that shot too. That was really good. Okay, I'll say this. For me, that's a really good one. I'll let you have that. I will say I really liked any of the shots with the Brotherhood of Steel where it shows where they live. I really think that's
in the Area 51 base.
Yeah, it's like in the middle of the desert. And it's like, you know, and I just like some of those shots, or especially the shot where Maximus and Thaddeus were walking away, and you see in the ships like, you know, get destroyed in the background and stuff. I thought that was really dope. It was very Star Wars kind of to me. I thought that was dope. And then
I almost felt like Luke and C-3PO. I was gonna say, you know what I'm saying, like running in the desert.
It was literally that one shot. You know what I mean? Exactly. And then also, I really like the shot of when Lucy is like getting high and stuff, and she starts you know, killing all the kings. I thought that was dope. Of like, you kind of see that moment of, okay, her character is choosing the other path now.
Yes, she's starting to dive into.
You know, like remember what's his name said last season? He said, "Oh, I'm you." He said, "Just give it a little time."
Yep.
And now we're starting to see it.
She's starting to turn it a little bit into the ghoul.
She's turning a little bit into the ghoul a little bit. And also the scene where the Deathclaw comes out of that theater.
That was clean.
And it stands up and
it breaks all this stuff.
I was like, yo. And then what's interesting is a lot of people said, the type of Deathclaw is what's interesting. This is like the most OP.
So that
Deathclaw. This is like from
Fallout 4.
I was gonna say,
because the ones from New Vegas, they usually travel like in packs.
Yeah,
and they're smaller, little faster ones. But the ones in Fallout 4, these big, huge
monsters,
ones
bro. These
that are solo most of the
and
time.
They're OP, bro.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see how they're gonna do this, and that was such a good cliffhanger to end it off on. To be honest, yeah.
I'm so glad
but
that they chose that.
I mean, we're still halfway into the show, and they're already showing us things like Deathclaws and all this other stuff. And one thing I'm interested to see how they're gonna implement it into the show, because I hope they do.
Yeah.
Do you think they will implement the VAT system?
So you're talking about like FEV, like the forced evolution virus and stuff like that?
No, the VAT system is in the game where you could
you could dip the things in the vat and shit.
No, where you could like let's say like you're aiming at someone and you could pause and you could choose to like shoot at their head and shoot at their torso.
I know what you're talking
about. You know what I'm talking
about? Oh, okay, yeah.
Do you think they'll do that?
I don't think they're gonna add it to the game.
Do you think
I mean, the show. Nah.
Do you think they'll have a scene where like Lucy uses it or something like that?
Maybe the ghoul.
That'd be cool.
I think they might do one with maybe the ghoul where it kind of looks like it. Like it's kind of like it goes like you know what I'm talking. Like it's like we know what it's based off of, but they'll give it to the ghoul.
You know, it's a way I think they would be able to do it, and it would make sense if Maximus does it in the power armor. It's like one of it in his visor. It shows them like locking on to something.
They could easily do it with that.
All his things to like shoot someone in the head or something like that.
They could do it. That would be really cool. I thought you were saying you were talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay, because I was thinking like. Because this is in the future, so I'm obviously they can't do characters like the Master or any of those type of characters. Is Frank Horgan gone? Would he be gone?
I think
because I know you kill him, you beat him in is it Fallout 2? I believe.
Yeah.
The second game.
I think he might be dead already.
Damn,
he might be gone.
Well, I think. Oh, my bad for cutting you off. I'll just say this. I want them to reference at least some of these characters. I want to at least hear about Frank Horgan or maybe see a picture or something, or you know what I mean? I got a flashback.
Yeah,
maybe,
I think they should. I mean, because they talk about Mr. House and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't even know if he's alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, they haven't really showed him for real. They kind of show him in flashbacks and stuff. But yeah, because this story takes place, I think, 12 years or 15 years after Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Which Fallout 4 is so far the latest in the timeline, after, besides the show and stuff.
Yeah.
So I hope they do reference other characters in the show. You know what I mean?
Some way, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Sandy Shores is kind of reference to the first.
Oh,
yeah. That's the one that the chosen one comes out and makes his own city.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the city that he made was Sandy Shores before it gets blown up and everything, So, I mean.
I know what you're saying. So, it is definitely like after and it carries on from that. So, maybe we won't see some of those guys, but they probably could keep maybe a couple people that, maybe. But, I mean, this is where it gets dangerous. They might have to change some lore.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to retcon some stuff. They might have to retcon some stuff.
So, it gets a little dangerous there.
One character I would want them to add, and I don't know how exactly to do this, if they add the mysterious stranger somehow in the show.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe they can do it in a scene where maybe, like, Lucy is about to kill a human because she doesn't want to kill humans.
Yeah.
She's put in a position where she's about to kill a human, and right before she pulls the trigger,
he does it for her.
He comes out, shoots the guy,
and dips
off.
That's interesting.
I think that'd be a cool way.
That would be a cool way to kind of add him to the story, and we know he's out there in the world. And you know what's another thing? I'll say this now that we're kind of talking about what we want to see. I also want them to add the cryptids. I want them to add the things of like the Mothman and the cult of the Mothman, or
the stuff that's in Fallout 76.
Where we have some of those things that are
the Wendigos and
stuff. The Wendigos, like the urban legend stuff. You know what I mean? The what is it called again? The Flatwood monster.
Yeah.
All of those type of creatures. I want to see all of that, or at least not see them, but at least references to them. Bro. Yeah. We need to see some of that lore. But, right now the world is still young in Fallout of the series, so we'll eventually get to that. So we'll see in due time.
We'll see. Another question I want to ask you. How many seasons of the show do you think we might get?
Ooh, I'm not going to lie. Based off of the way I've seen people talking about it, the fans, the cast, it seems like they want to do it for a long time.
I think we might get a lot of the show.
I think we might get a good 5.
I think so too.
I'm gonna bank on 5 to 4 seasons because I think eventually maybe the audience might get tired of
the story or something.
Then again, I don't know if the audience gets tired of Fallout, but there's so much in Fallout.
Because look, they could do this. They could do 3 seasons of these characters.
Yeah.
Season 4.
It's a brand new
whole another place.
Yeah.
Whole another vault.
Whole another area.
Whole another characters.
Vault. Yeah. Yes. I'm not gonna lie, bro. And if they really wanted to make this interesting, bro, they could do different season, different vault they're dealing
exactly.
with.
Exactly. If they really wanted to do that.
That's kind of how they did in the games.
Yeah, they could do like 3 seasons per vault.
Yep,
like,
that's what
so
I was
maybe
saying.
these characters will get 3 seasons. They'll get one more season after this.
Yeah.
And then when season 4 starts, it will be a whole new set of characters, a whole new story.
Yeah, dude,
set
they
in a
can-
whole other place in the United States. You
Yep,
know what I
yep,
mean?
yep.
Maybe this one could be more in the Commonwealth, like more
Yeah.
near Philly and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Near Fallout 4's area, stuff like that. Or maybe we might see places we've never seen before, like in Florida.
I was
or
gonna say
Texas
new
or-
areas that
you know what I
the
mean?
game never really got to.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That'd be
And that
interesting.
could be another way that they can do that thing that we said they already did in the first show, where they bring in new things that don't exist yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, add more lore
That'd
to
be
it.
fun to
So
see. It'd be fun to see.
it'll
But
definitely be fun to see.
let us know what you guys think about the show. If you guys like it or hate it so much, if you guys think that they are adapting the game truly, and do you think other games should start doing it more like how the Fallout show is doing it? Let us know it down below. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and catch you guys on the next one.
See you guys.